Okay, so today I wanted to make a quick video since the market's not really moving. Um, One thing I wanted to talk about was when trying to find stocks to go long or go short on a day like today, it's more so likely that you're going to make money on the short side. But regardless, I wanted to address that sometimes there's just no good trades to find, and often that'll help you in staying out of bad trades and staying basically avoiding traps, so to speak. So this is something I've observed multiple times, and it's just something that's also setting up today, so I figured I'd make a video on it. Now, it's 1:38 p.m. right now. Could totally change. The day's not over yet, but as of now, here's what the market looks like. We opened here, complete chop, tested the upside here, tried to, get something going, got smacked down immediately, new low. Now this is crap price action. This is absolutely god awful price action. Now, right about here, I was looking okay. Seems like the trend is down. Maybe I should try to find some shorts. So let me just kind of guide you through that process and show you why I didn't short anything. So let's look at my favorite scan here. NEE. This one's pretty good, but the problem with this is the price action in the past has been very slow, and now we've got these gigantic, huge candles. My worry here is this is such a parabolic move that it could reverse and just destroy any short position. Now, of course, options would mitigate your risk. Your risk isn't unlimited, considering if you buy puts, which I would, but still at the same time, I want something that's measured. Like if it was still moving down in this fashion, I'd feel a lot more comfortable going short. Um, and I'm gonna explain why I wasn't really feeling any of these trades. So we're looking at around here, which is around 1250, so nearly an hour ago. So let's look at some of these. So Goldman Sachs coming up on a line. I've said before I don't like taking those. McDonald's was one I was eyeing. Now the problem is I was looking at it around here, and I started seeing it pulling back, and I'm like, well, I'll wait to see, and it's pulled back a lot. And the thing is what I'm really looking for is when I'm seeing a new low on the market, I want to see a stock making a super aggressive new low. That tells me the stock is weaker than the market, and that if the market bounces, it's not going to have the largest pullback. So this already wasn't really a great candidate because when this candle here was happening, this was sure it was making a new low, but it wasn't anything crazy. I want to see something that's like telling me that this stock wants to go lower now. Okay. So NEP, never heard of that company. Again, parabolic. FSLR, testing that low from the other day. It looks like it bounced right at it. Looks like there's some kind of support level there. DE, that's not bad. That would be something I have on my list. But then again, um, when I was looking at it, this was just kind of pissing around here. I mean, you see this tail, that tail. I mean, it's really a weak move down. I mean, retrospectively, you can look at this and say, okay, well, yeah, if you went short here, you'd be up like what, 374 to 372, you'd be up $2. And I mean, that's fantastic. But the problem being is that, you know, I don't have any confidence in this move. Like I can look back in retrospect and say, oh yeah, if I would have done this, it would have worked out. But in the moment, I need to see some kind of sign to give me confidence. Target is another one. I mean, I was looking at it at 1250 again. I said it wasn't through that low here. I wanted to see it through the low because the daily chart looks good. If looking here, it's like okay, good setup. But this is not what we want to see. We want to see a move down with volume. That's going to tell us that it's got conviction, it's got sellers behind it, and it's what you want to look for. Enphase, I don't like Enphase or FSLR just in general. Triple M is one I've shorted in the past a lot, but here it's just consolidating on the 5 minute chart. That's not what I want to see. Boeing is like possessed by the devil. That stock, anytime you trade it, you pretty much lose money. Um, Dollar General looks like shit. COF, I want to see it break below that level. Devon Energy, not bad, but I don't. These energy companies are prone to news. The Saudis come out and say something, and then boom, your whole position's screwed. This one's chopping too much, needs to get below that level. Uh, let's um, let's type in some that I was personally looking at the time instead of using the scanner. So Johnson and Johnson, you can see here, this is where I was looking to get short. The reason why I didn't get short is because I felt that it wasn't really moving down enough volume. Sure enough, it's reversing to VWAP. I don't know if I mentioned McDonald's already, but same thing there. It's now coming back down and showing complete relative weakness to the market. This is actually kind of confirming what I want to look for in the stock, but I'd really like to see a new low on it because if it just gets down to this level here and then bounces off of that, that'll just screw any short position I have on. So that's really not what I want to see. Let me think. What was another one I was looking at? Oh yeah, I was looking at Lowe's and I was looking at Home Depot. Same thing was here. I was looking at these on the daily chart and they looked fine, but they were starting to develop some kind of strength down here and they weren't really moving down as aggressive as I would like. Like I need to see like if this red bar happens on SPY, I want to see a huge red candle here because this is basically like you can see here, it's kind of consolidating, consolidating, consolidating. And then this red bar happens. This is basically telling you that it's saying, screw all this price action. I'm breaking down. I'm going lower. Now, that isn't what you see happening here, and I'll explain that right now. The whole reason I'm making this video is not to be like, oh, this was a good setup, this was a bad setup. It was to say the reason being that I didn't take any trades was they weren't giving me enough conviction. Now, that can sometimes be a warning sign. It's not always a warning sign. It's not always something to pay attention to. But in trading, you want to keep note of every single factor that you observe when you're looking for stocks. So I was looking to get short, but I was looking and I wasn't really finding anything that was ticking all or checking all the boxes. Now, what happened? I did nothing. I took no trades, and I don't have any regrets in that, obviously. And then after I determined that I couldn't find any good setups, the market then is bouncing now to the previous day's low. Now it's an opportunity to reassess. We haven't gotten a bearish 1OP cross here yet, which means we could still continue going up. It's been looking like it wants to cross for like 30 minutes. Um, so I'm waiting on that. That's basically the only thing I wanted to cover in this because I just wanted to kind of make an informational video of like, hey, sometimes just because the market looks good doesn't mean that it's a time to trade. Like like there's a lot of things that differ between a bull market and a bear market, and we're in a bear market right now. We've never left a bear market since um, I don't know, when did the market start going down? Like beginning of 22. Like we haven't left the bear market since then. So um, what that means is volume is low, especially because of rates and all those things. So we're in a position where we need to be extremely picky. If this was a bull market, and like let's say the charts were opposite and SPY was messing around here, but just slowly moving up, and this was kind of setting a lame high, but it was trailing higher, I'd be in it. I'd 100% be in it because I would think like, well, it's holding up a little bit better than the market, and it doesn't matter. It'll eventually go up. The market doesn't really matter that much. Um, it'll come around because that's a bull market. A bull market, they eventually go up. It doesn't really matter. You know, I might actually take this short here in a second, but um, that's basically all I wanted to cover today. I hope that that kind of informs you on things because you need to take everything in context with trading. It's not an easy thing to do, and it's better to hedge your bets 10 different ways than it is to jump in on something and say, well, this looks good. I better get in right away before I miss the move. Oh, here's another good setup. I might actually take this. Oof, I don't know if I like that, but you see what I'm trying to do. Anyway, hope this was helpful. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. Trade well.